Water. What's cracking, ladies and gentlemen? We thank you for tuning into the Sports Life and Everything Else podcast, aka S.L.E.E.P, where sports, life, and entertainment collide. Presented by the Away Team and produced by Excellence! My name is Michael Roberts, aka Mike on the Mic, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Taylor Super. Taylor, what's up with you?
How y'all doing? What's going on? What's going on, Mikey? How you doing, man? What's up, man?
I'm good, man. Spirits is up, feeling real in a big energy mood. You know what I'm saying? How you?
I'm doing good. I cannot complain. I know y'all get tired of me saying that, but I can't complain. I can't complain about nothing. That's what it is, man. I'm good, man.
It's a beautiful thing. It's
Absolutely.
a beautiful thing. Subscribe to the YouTube page and follow us on Twitter or IG at Sleep is for You. That's S.L.E.E.P.I.S, the number 4, Y-O-U. And Sleep is for You 2.0 on TikTok. Salute to all of our new followers, all of our new people on TikTok. We see y'all and we respond to comments. We like and show love. So keep it up. Keep doing what y'all doing. You can listen to audio episodes wherever you find your podcast, but make sure above all else you subscribe to the YouTube page because we're trying to spread like good news. Show love, show hate. We're here for it all. Tell a friend to tell 2 friends about us. And don't forget you can find us at sleepisforyou.net, the hub for all things sleep related. You can use links on the site to access the show or get to sleep merch at sleepisforyou.printify.me. In today's episode, we'll be answering the question, is Hollywood running out of ideas? We'll be listing our top 5 character deaths, but we're talking about TV, so no movies. And of course, all that good sports talk that keeps the good people tuning in. So without any further ado, let's spin. So boom. This first discussion topic is one you could say we got into previously. I think it was episode like 110 or 111, and that makes this more or less a part 2 to that conversation. But just to give a little history, a little walk down memory lane. ESPN started in 1979. The first episode debuted on September 7th of that year. But it wasn't until like the late 80s, maybe early 90s that the network really started popping off. We're now in 2024, and for the past, what would you say, 5, 10, maybe 15 years, there's been a decline at ESPN.
A little bit decline, about 10 years, I'll say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shows getting axed, hosts and broadcasters being fired wholesale. Yep. And, the shuffling around the shows, the movement of people from show to show, although that may be more so up to the people, but that brings us to our sports discussion, which is, have podcasts or YouTube killed ESPN? Because it feels like we can see that end of ESPN as we know it coming up. At least that's how I feel.
I don't know if it'll end, but I think they'll be significantly impacted by all these people that are doing their own sports show, like us.
Well, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that it's going to be over for ESPN. It's not going to be a show anymore. I'm just saying that as we know it to be constructed, I feel like that is going to at some point in time change. Like there may be some things that end up getting left around, like maybe First Take. Sports Center might still be there.
Staple.
Exactly. That's the flagship show. Mm-hmm. But just as far as the other things that make up their regular rotation, we've already seen that. What's that, Around the Horn?
Yeah,
they got clipped.
Gone. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So are we going to put the blame for that on podcasts and YouTube? Because at the same time that we're seeing that come down, we're seeing an explosion in, like we said, like Taylor just said, individual made content. Whether you're talking about, it is what it is and the stuff that they do over there with their sports talk, or you're talking about people who used to be over at ESPN doing their own thing, like a guy like Bomani Jones has his own show. Aside from that, what's my man name? What's your boy name? Dan Levitar. He got his show elsewhere.
Yeah, all these people.
And then they have their own offshoots. Mina Kimes has her podcast. Pablo Torre has a podcast.
You got Shannon Sharp out here killing
Shannon Sharp got Club Shay Shay. Although
and he's on ESPN, but he got his own following where people be.
That's not really just a sports show, though.
But Well, nightcap is more like like I guess like a clubhouse, like a boys club type of thing or something like
Exactly.
that. I want to say I don't really watch it like that. I just watch the clips, but
Yeah, the
they
clips
do
pop
talk,
up
but
on
they do
IG.
get sports interviews on there and stuff
They
like
do,
that
they
too.
do, they do
Yeah.
interview athletes,
Yeah.
and he does have certain athletes on Club Shay Shay.
Yeah. I forgot about Club Shit. He got three. He got a
He
couple
got a
shows.
couple situations
Yeah.
going on, but more or less,
But he's mostly
that's
on YouTube.
yeah. So that's, and maybe that's more so for him because it makes it easier for his
Yeah.
following to find him, and it makes it easier in some ways for him to
And it's
monetize
family
it.
friendly. He's not on there cursing a whole bunch of stuff, so
Yeah.
it's not like a lot of people can watch and stuff. Like now, the late night one is, I think they talk about stuff, but they don't really get too raunchy. But it's like I said, it's like a boys club type of thing. The thing is with the YouTube now, like I remember me and Mikey remember when YouTube started, like 20 years ago.
Absolutely.
We didn't know it was going to be like this. Like I think right now, if you download YouTube to your phone, or it's already in your phone, they have a button that you can face towards yourself and put it right on YouTube. So YouTube has been saying like you can create your own content. This has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
So now that people are creating their own content, they're going to, of course, they're going to talk about sports. They're going to talk about shoes. They're going to talk about going on vacation. They're going to talk about every kind of thing and all those
Any
shows
kind of content
yeah,
that
whatever
they
that
could
was on
possibly think
TV,
of.
cooking and stuff like that. That stuff's going to take a hit because people are pretty much getting a phone, creating their own content, and they don't have to go through all the BS of auditioning for a TV show or flying out to LA or going to New York. They can do it right in their house, where they be living in Florida or Texas or Louisiana or in Philly, whatever it is. They can do it right there with their phone. And all these, these phones are pretty much updated. So now the ESPN, you got to go up to Connecticut well, now you see how ESPN changed. It used to just be in Connecticut. Now they have one in
LA.
New York. They got one in LA.
Yeah.
They're
I
kind
think
of
they got
spread
one in
out
Florida,
now.
so
Yeah, they got one
Miami.
in Florida. So they have to, kind of catch up because a lot of people, they're just not just going to fly up to Bristol, Connecticut just to do a show. They got to kind of expand it out and stuff. So, but these people just doing sports all over the place. It's pretty much 24. Sports is 24/7 now. Like back in the day, it
The
would be like
sports
a
news
dead,
cycle
yeah,
is
it used
crazy.
to be a dead period. There's
And
no
I
dead
think
period in sports
ESPN kind of helped to contribute to that growth of the sports news cycle with coming out with 24-hour sports news. But
yeah, I don't think podcasting or YouTube, they just took a hit because at the end of the day, ESPN has made so much money that now they can, of course, get what these people on podcasts can't get. They can't get the games. You know what I mean? So ESPN's always going to be making money because they can have the games on
ESPN
there.
is still going to show college games.
Yeah, they're still going to show college game, NBA
They'll
game.
have some NBA
They're getting
games.
the Super Bowl, I think, next year. I'm pretty sure they are, or whether it be them or ABC, or they might do it both. But they still can generate sport because they're having the sports on their channel.
Yeah.
So I don't think ESPN will ever go away because they can actually pay for the money, billions of dollars, to have the sport come to their channel and pretty much just show it on there.
And they do still have multiple networks.
Yeah,
They have the ESPN News, they have
ESPN
ESPN2,
Plus,
ESPN Plus,
Yeah.
and the Ocho.
Yeah, they got the Ocho. Yeah. So they, like I said, I don't think they'll be done. They're going to have to change up their content, just kind of like how MTV had to change up. MTV used to have videos all day. They don't show videos anymore.
No,
they show like
not so much, but they
Teen
do have
Mom and a bunch of other
individual
stuff.
MTV networks or like stations that do show videos or that play music.
Yeah, but if you want to go to
But
the
like the
actual
main
MTV,
original MTV,
they don't show
you're not going to
videos
see
anymore.
TRL no more. You're not going to see music videos on there.
if you want to see a music video, you can go on somebody's Vivo channel on YouTube, and boom, it's right there. So no more of those videos channels anymore. And I think ESPN they're probably finding out right now that we have the sport. So no, we're not ever going to die. We can always put up, like you said, the first takes and stuff like that people are going to sit up to watch. But it might be a little bit different because there's so much sports people doing their own stuff on YouTube and stuff like. So it might be a little different. They might not be able to spread it out so much because they might put something into a show and it might not last. It might just be like, well, we're just putting money into a hole, and this show is not getting no type of ratings because everyone is watching somebody on YouTube doing their thing, or they can just, like, if they go live on YouTube, they can watch it anytime they want to. You know what I mean? Whereas here, it's at a certain time spot. It's a little bit different. And of course, you got you could tape stuff and watch it later and stuff like that. But YouTube is like, it's there. And then once you get a recommendation from one guy, you can sort of someone else, and you can go down a rabbit hole of just sports all up on YouTube and stuff like that. So it's going to be a little bit different with their shows. Like, you're not going to see Jim Rome is burning or something like that. I remember Stephen A. Smith had a show on there. I think Dan Lebatard had a show on there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you're going to get too many quote unquote shows like that. You're probably just going to get a bunch of just, of course, the sports shows,
A collection of individuals
you'll
with
get
their,
some
with
sports
their
debate.
content.
Yeah, you'll get some sports debate, and then in between that, it just might be a bunch of replays, or something like that. Because there's no point in put on a show where no one's going to watch. Everybody's going to go to YouTube to get their fix. And plus, ESPN has a YouTube page, and they probably put clips up on there. So it's kind of like they're killing themselves because they got their own. It's not like they're in the matrix too. They're on YouTube, posting content, posting clips, posting shorts and stuff like that on their own YouTube page. You know what I mean? So it kind of goes. But the key thing is they're getting the games. So they're going to get all the hockey games, the baseball games, everything. But I don't think they're going to put any money into actual shows anymore. Like, it's no point in doing that. No one's going to watch. No one's going to be able to set out, I'm going to watch PTI at 6:30. Like, no, I can just catch it on YouTube. Or
Yes,
like
that's definitely not the same anymore.
Yeah,
the urgency to watch things, but it's been like that across the board with everything. Since you've been able to record TV.
Yeah, so I just think that they just have to go on a whole nother way of how they're doing stuff. Like FS1 is doing this right now. They had a show that was very, very popular. They had to shift gears like ASAP and go with a whole nother lineup on their show. So that's what they have to do. They have to be able to make changes on the fly if something doesn't work. All right, this not working. All right, we're gonna go right to here. We're gonna make this guy on TV. We're gonna hire this guy. Hopefully people will be watching this in the background, because all this is just basically white noise. It's basically stuff in the barbershop or downstairs in the first lobby before you go upstairs. That's basically all it is. As long as the TV is on, you don't have to be watching it, but as long as the TV is on and somebody's watching it, whether it be at the bus station or the train station, they just, or at the, anywhere where you go to Best Buy or something like that, and it's on the screen or something like that. That's people watching the show technically. Not really, but, it'll just be on as quote unquote white noise. I mean, I don't see them making any more like separate TV shows anymore. Like I don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
I think Imani Jones had one on HBO. It didn't work out because it's just like, I can get because I think he was taping it. We can watch my show. We can watch our sports anywhere. Like right now, as soon as something goes down, we can watch it right now. As soon as Simone Biles wins, we can go to somebody on YouTube doing a play-by-play or talking about it who has 600,000 to 700,000 followers on their channel. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like what it is right now. I don't think they're going to be putting no more money into any of those TV shows anymore.
What's my man's name that they just brought in that they used to always do the videos with the cutoff shirts?
Did the videos with all the cutoff shirts? Is that Spice? You talking about Spice Adams?
No. The boy from ESPN. He got the show at like 1 o'clock. He's always getting Aaron Rodgers on there.
Talking about McAfee.
Yeah.
He built his own show up back in a couple of years ago, and then ESPN just gave him a big bag. But I'm saying that's just the white noise. It's just going to be on the background. They're not. Plus, he has his own following too. He built up his own following.
So my question is, do you know how his show has been performing since he came over to ESPN?
I think it's been doing okay, but that's because he brung people. He had built his own following on YouTube. He was on YouTube cursing and running his mouth and stuff like that. And now that he's on ESPN, he can kind of do the same thing, but people just came to see him. So it's kind of like the reverse. Like he was on, like sometimes ESPN used to king make you. Now it's like, no, you can make yourself big on YouTube and have somebody buy you and bring you in. So he brought his people in and people just still watching. He's still kind of like unfiltered and stuff like that. So that's a little bit different. But that's harder to do because he had to put his own money into that years ago. Like nobody saw the grind he went through 5, 6, 7 years ago after he retired. I remember when he retired, he said, I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna start my own sports. So people were like, a punter? And now people don't even know him as a punter. They know him as the quote-unquote Pat McAfee show and all those, weirdos behind the glass and they be contributing stuff like that. And that statue, what's his name? AJ Hawk, who's he's just there not saying a whole bunch like that. But he's been doing this for a couple of years and he got a following. People, it's like that bro, the white boy with the bro. That's just the whole crew. It has a following. It doesn't matter who your following is. As long as you have a following, a loyalty following.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's 20.
People that's going to support you and watch you and get down what you talking about.
I don't know what his YouTube channel is. I'm pretty sure he was over 1 million. You know what I mean? Probably 2 million. So, and ESPN said, we got to buy this dude. And they gave him a big bag. You know what I mean? So, ain't nothing. I can't hate on him. He didn't reject. He said, oh yeah, I'm going to take this money and I'm going to get advertised.
I don't got no problem with it.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I was paying for that I don't have to pay for anymore. Hell yeah, ESPN gonna fit that bill absolutely. If I gotta fly out to college game day, they gonna pay for that, not me. So I'm not hating on him. If they gotta pay for me to go to WWE and do a sportscaster, they gonna pay for that, not me. You know what I mean?
right.
So I can't hate on that man. He did his thing. I don't really watch it like that, but I gotta respect him to put his own money into a YouTube channel years ago, and to where he's at right now. ESPN had to buy him because they had to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's different aspects and different things for different people, but that's like a more of a I think it's more, it's like I don't know if it's on the radio, but it's more like a radio type of show. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like, like how Dan Laboratory used to do it, how Dan Patrick does it right now, where they're just talking to the producers. They'll bring in a famous person. Of course, they get Aaron Rodgers. They get exclusive access to him. I think they're paying him. So, I mean, so that's just one of those oddities where that's like a one-on-one. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't expect anybody else to do that, because that was like he did it himself, which is actually pretty dope. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you'll see that happen again. I don't know.
Yeah.
That could be a one-off. You know?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily point the finger at podcasting and YouTube specifically. I would just say that it's kind of like the progression of things. It's the way that things are, the direction that things are moving. So, they got to kind of keep up with what's going on and how the trends are moving, because they're no longer, like you just said, not king-making. So they're not to a point where they're setting the trends and saying what it is, and, the blueprint that you have to follow to be successful in sports broadcasting and things like that. You can kind of do your own thing.
Yeah, salute to all the people that go to ESPN knowing that, all right, I'm going to be here for a couple of years, but even though I have ESPN, I have other things I'm doing and stuff like that. Will Kane did the same thing. He got on there. Now he's on one of these political stations doing this thing or something like that. So if you go to ESPN, don't be thinking that they're going to have you there for 5, 10, 15, 20 years like Chris Berman. Like, go there.
It's definitely
to get the experience on TV and get what you need, get your notoriety, but you better have something on the back burner, because ESPN will let you go in a heartbeat. So you better
it's a lot more of a stepping stone than a destination at this point.
Yeah, back in the day when you got on there, it's a destination job. But now it's a little bit different.
That's your dream come true back in the day. Nowadays,
a lot of people who leave ESPN, they're actually doing better now than when they were on ESPN. Mike Golick is doing well. Dan Laboratory, he's doing well.
Hey, look at how JJ Redick flipped it.
Yeah, JJ Redick got a coaching job.
Worked himself into a coaching position with the Lakers.
Yeah, so a lot of people they left ESPN and they doing just fine. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think it's a little bit it's a little bit different nowadays. Now, like I said, there's so much content all over the place. You know what I mean? You can do content on Twitch, or what's the other one called? Like Instagram. You can do content anywhere. All you gotta do
media.
all you gotta do is have a phone, and you can do what you gotta do and spit that talk. You know what I mean? If you know what you're talking about, even if you don't know what you're talking about, people still gonna watch you. You know what I mean? So like I said, I think ESPN, they'll be fine because they still get the actual games. You know what I mean? So maybe they did that back in the day to get to where they're at right now. They said, well, we're going to put all this money into these shows, but now that we can actually buy NBA, NFL, and football, and NHL and football games, we don't really need those shows. We have the main attraction that no one else can get. Only like 4 or 5 stations can actually afford these stations. So we're not like we're fighting against a bunch of people. We're fighting against Fox. We're not fighting against ABC because we bought ABC. So ABC and Disney, they bought.
It's all under Disney.
You know what I mean? So we're only fighting against 3 or 4 people. Maybe Amazon, maybe
and Disney's
Netflix,
under
and stuff like
umbrella
that.
too. So
so Disney,
it's not like
ABC,
they don't got the bag to bring in the things that they know are going to be lucrative.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
like football games.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine because now they can just we got the game. We got a 10-year contract. You know what I mean? So for the next 10 years, they're going to be watching this no matter what.
And kind of supplement with other things, add things in here and there.
Yeah. I think ESPN, they'll be fine. I don't think they're going nowhere.
All right. Well, staying on the subject or the topic of entertainment, the first Beetlejuice came out in 1988.
Yeah.
Now we got Beetlejuice coming out pretty soon, or being out.
It'll probably be out by now.
Yeah. We got another Fantastic Four set to come out with new characters, new people.
It's like the 3rd time they've done this, though, right?
Something like that.
Jesus, man.
We had a remake of Roadhouse. I forgot about that came out with
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. I forgot about that. Yeah. A new Ghostbusters came out. I'm looking forward to this one, but Gladiator 2 is coming out, and that's in production.
I did see the previews for that with Denzel in it, right?
Yeah, Denzel's gonna be in it.
Oh my God!
It's the young boy all grown up, and now he's
Now he's
trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
and you might remember this or not, but T, we was talking about maybe like a week or so ago. What was your response when I asked you what you thought about Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom in the next Avengers movie?
I just shrugged my shoulder. I didn't understand it because I thought that his character was changing into
No,
him.
you got to say what you said.
What did I say?
My man said they couldn't find nobody else.
Oh yeah, they couldn't find, like, come on, man. Like, there's so many other actors out there. Y'all couldn't find like another actor. Like, I thought that was weird. Like, y'all gonna
Like,
have
recycle
a person.
and this is no slight to Robert Downey Jr.
like Robert Downey Jr.
I loved his portrayal of Iron Man. He did his thing.
Yeah, he was great. Oppenheimer. He's a great actor. Been a great actor for years.
They had got him up out of here as Iron Man, and now you bring him back.
Yeah, I thought that was bizarre. Like, y'all have so many more actors. Like, y'all brought him back. Like, I don't know. I just thought that y'all could have made another actor. Kind of like, but I don't know. I guess they didn't want
And I mean, a lot of people are excited about it. It kind of built a whole new kind of buzz around the project, and kind of rejuvenated what they had going on over there. But it's just like,
Well, now that I heard that now that the multiverse is here right now, they said anything can happen. So there's no more storylines with the comic books anymore. That's kind of what I heard.
You can always bring stuff.
So all
back.
the stuff from the comic books from back in the day, throw that out, because multiverse, we can do anything we want to. I said, oh, okay, all right, then. Well, if we're doing that, then there's nothing more.
Then all bets is off.
Yeah, and this is coming from somebody who's a comic book head. I was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know that. Okay, so I get it.
No. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But as far as Hollywood running out of ideas, that's pretty much what we were working up to as far as our question, because they doing a whole lot of remakes, bringing a whole lot of stuff back, doing remakes of stuff that's not even necessary to do. They did the White Man Can't Jump remake a couple years ago.
Oh my God.
That's a classic movie. How do you redo that? What? Whose idea was that?
Oh, that was sickening.
And it made it past the planning stages. Like, what? That's wild. That's real wild.
That's a bad movie.
You say?
Oh, they did do a Point Break.
They did do a Point Break
5 years ago, and I couldn't even get through it. Yeah, there's a lot of remakes are just it's sad. You know what I mean? Because
the remakes and then the sequels.
Yeah, the sequels.
And then the unnecessary sequels.
Yeah, unnecessary sequels. Yes.
But go ahead. What was you saying?
It's getting to a point where it's just like you're getting exhausted. Like, come on, man. Like, this is what
it's just too much.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I know there's a lot of young writers out there that can write like new stuff. Like when LeBron did Space Jam 2, like, bro, that was so corny. Like, that's just corny, man. Like, bro.
On that note, I really thought I was literally just thinking about that a couple days ago when I was at work driving around. My man should have came out with something original, something different.
You have people at your disposal to do whatever you want. I want to come up with a new cartoon. You know what I mean? Just new people. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know we are under Warner Brothers and stuff like that, so we gotta have the Disney guy. But I want to create something brand new. It might take a little longer for it to come out.
Something different.
But it should have been something different.
And that movie actually did get extended as far as when it came out. It didn't come out when it was supposed to.
Yeah, it was. I didn't. Don't get me wrong. It's for kids, so I'm not. If kids like it, that's fine. But I know it wasn't for.
They could have did a new generation type of movie with a similar theme, not the same thing. Like Michael Jordan did that.
He did it already, man. That's corny. So, I mean,
and at that point in your career, everybody know you're not Mike.
20 years from now, LeBron.
You know you're not Mike. He tried to calm down the comparisons himself. So I'm not saying nothing crazy, but
yeah, I don't. It's weird. Like I said, when they're reaching back to movies from the '80s and bringing them up to now, that's bizarre to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's very.
But maybe that's the circular aspect of things. You see, music is doing the same thing. I heard a track recently that was sampling the old DMX joint, How's It Going Down.
Well, they've been doing that for years.
Exactly, like that, and that's what I'm saying with music that happens. So maybe that's just what they doing with entertainment as a whole. They like we can just repackage this and give it back to them, and they'll watch it.
I'm not watching all of it. I'm just.
Why not?
It's exhausting, but I mean, like they said, like I said, I think they're just playing the hits. Like, oh, this worked out in 91, 92. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring back some of the people from it, or if we can't bring back some people from it, like they just put out a new Twister or something like that with a whole brand new cast or something like that. Twisters with an S.
I heard they're redoing I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, they're gonna redo that.
But they're gonna do it as if the ones after the first one never happened.
Well, they do that in horror movies all the time. They do if they redo horror movies,
They do redo horror movies
get rid
a
of
lot.
whatever
There's been
happened
so many
before and start
Halloweens
from the
and
brand new point.
Chucky's.
Yeah, exactly. Horror movies are a bit different. They've been doing that, but horror movies been doing that for years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been so
They've
many
done
Halloweens.
different type of exorcisms and such exorcisms and stuff like that. They had Another Hills Have I, so I'm used to that with those type of movies. But just Hollywood in general, just recycling. I think they're doing another Devil Wears Prada or something like that.
We was just talking earlier about the Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah, we Happy Gilmore too.
That was a joint that. I mean, I know it was Adam Sandler that came up with the idea to do that.
I got the hook up too with bad. First one was classic. Second one was terrible. They just had too many just too much BS in the second one. It was crazy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I don't know if they're running out of ideas. I mean, are we gonna get a Streets is Watching too? I mean, Jay-Z gonna get your ass up and cut the dreads off and get back in the streets with the pistol? Like I don't know. Like are we just running out of ideas? You know what I mean? Like this is getting ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like Coming to America, that was a disaster.
The second train.
That was a disaster. It was like it got to the point. I said, oh no. I said I can't watch it anymore because you're ruining the original one, which was perfect comedic timing of the first one. This one is just a coon fest. This is terrible. This is not a good movie. It's just it was terrible, man. Tracy Morgan was trash in that movie, man. Like there was no need for him to be in the movie. Like it was just a bad, disgusting, terribly not funny movie at all. It was bad. It was bad. It was probably one of the worst movies I've seen in my life. That was terrible. It was terrible. A lot of these movies are bad, man. A lot of these sequels. S.L.E.E.P was terrible. I don't care what nobody say, man. That was trash. And they was talking about they was talking about Beverly Hills Cop 3, which I actually like. I thought that was good.
I like Beverly Hills Cop 3.
But they was trying to say that was the worst one. I said, I mean, okay, if it was the worst one, but this one was even worse.
I mean, the first two were kind of consecutively done, and the third one didn't come to like years after the fact. So that might be contributed to why people say it was as bad as it was.
He went up those stairs. That's hilarious. My man arm was broken. He was shot up. Like y'all didn't know that man was dead. You know what I mean? That was hilarious.
You want a coffee break? Go get that motherfucker.
I love the third one. The third one was funny. He said, "Hey man, this is all legal chop shop. I got old Bill man. Bitch ain't been acting right. I want to get the bitch chopped up." Like that one was funny. This fourth one had no type of there was no type of reverb, no type of nothing. Like there was no like if you watch it was the first and second one. Phil, I'm like you. Phil, that's funny to me. This fourth one there was nothing.
The back and forth.
The back and forth. You can remember it. You know what I mean? Like it's just hilarious.
I wouldn't raid a church bingo game without SWAT.
Sir, may I help you? Yes. Can you tell Victor Maitland that he has a herpes simplex 10? Why don't you tell him? Like these are funny.
I think that's something you should tell.
Yeah, I think that's something you should tell. These are funny movies. Now we have like nothing right now. We don't have anything.
Just the banter.
Yeah,
back
it's
and
the
forth.
banter
It's
back in
not
the day.
Same. It's not there.
That's comedic writing. Now I don't know what we're getting right. I even give Knocked Up, which was from 2007. That's a good movie. You know what I mean, they did kind of like a sequel. What's it? This Is 40. But that was those are good movies, man. All right, Scorsese on coke. Like those are good movies, good writing and stuff like that. Now I just feel like we're getting just a bunch of just junk, man. Like I'm sorry, man. It's bad, man. I don't know if y'all have to get rid of all the old people in Hollywood and bring new people in, man. But it's disgusting how y'all just retreading just awful ideas, man. This is terrible, man. Like it's bad. Like and redoing movies. Come on, man. Like you cannot do this. I mean, what 10 years from now we're gonna get
movies that was classic.
Yeah, 10 years from now we're gonna do another Hangover with a bunch of 3 or 4 different dudes. Now that's what we're gonna do right now. 10 years
just
from
gonna
now.
bite off that idea.
Exactly. Like these movies are just terrible, man. It's getting to a point where I'm not even anticipating movies anymore. I'm just like, all right, I'll catch it when I can. If I stay up watch it, which I don't even stay up watching movies anymore. Because it's not good. If you don't catch me in that first 15, 20 minutes, I'm not watching it.
It's hard to stay locked in.
Yeah, so
especially since movies are longer now than for the most part, movies.
Well, some of these movies they feel like they get you in. They are like, all right, now we gotta get out. Like I felt like I was the last Bad Boys I watched. They was as soon as they got to like that gun scene, all right, we gotta get out of this right now. It's just like there was no substance in the movie.
Yeah,
like he had the little thing with his son, and then it just
the progression wasn't great.
Yeah, it just wasn't. Yeah, just like a lot of these movies are just I don't know, they're just not good. Oh, The Color Purple, the musical. I mean. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the original Color Purple. This new one, I tried to be nice, but there was just no substance, man. I mean, you didn't have Adolfo Caesar, man. I mean, come on, man. The first one, man. Those movies are classic from back then. I'm not even gonna repeat what that man was saying in the first movie because I can see why they wiped it out. But these retreaded movies and stuff like that, it's just, and then y'all trying to do it over again. It's just not good, man. It's just bad. And then it's just bad scripts too. That's the main part. Got a lot of bad scripts
just
too.
poor attempts.
There's better scripts on Tubi than there are on these movies that y'all got on Netflix and that we're damn near paying for. Tubi is free.
Yeah. Seems like this stuff is just getting mailed in.
Nah, man, it's just they're just trying to get your eyes on the screen, and once they got you in the theater or wherever they got your money on demand, that's it. And then after that, you're on your own, and that's sad, man. Like these movies are not good. Like Back in the Future, those were good movies back in the day. The original Batman that Tim Burton directed, the first two, those are good movies.
Classics.
What's the other movies? Juice was a good movie and stuff like that. They're gonna end up redoing Juice probably. Like this how sad it's getting.
I just seen Above the Rim a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
that's
these
a solid
like
joint.
those 90 movies are just great. Like it's not just me saying like these movies now they're not sticking with nobody no more. Like I mean, how many times we gonna see Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, man? This man's 60, man. Jesus Christ, man. This is crazy, man.
I think the next one is supposed to be the last one. It's the part 2 to the joint that came out like a couple years ago.
Oh my God.
It was last year, 2 years ago it came out.
Is John Voight still in him? He's in the first one, right? Remember John Voight was in the first one that we saw?
Yeah, he got smoked in the first one.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't follow these movies anymore.
He was in the elevator not the elevator, the helicopter that crashed
Top Gun Maverick,
in the tunnel.
That was trash too. Top Gun Maverick was trash. I'm just going to start trashing movies. Anything that comes on top of my head that they redid, I'm going to trash. I can't think of one that was good. You know what I mean?
For the return of what was my man name in
Top Gun?
Yeah.
Maverick. No, that was garbage, man. It was super trash. I know it did a whole big number, and I know they did it in 2019, and they waited till the theater opened back in 2020 because it was supposed to do it in 20. It was supposed to open up 2020 with COVID, and they put out in 2022. The movie was terrible. It was not good. It was trash. It was trash. It was garbage.
Mike, any movies you not banging with, man? Any remakes?
Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah, that was bad too, man. That was a bad one. Yeah, that was bad. See, the thing, Robert Englund was actually good. He was funny. Whatever that new guy was, he was bad. I'll forget his name.
They got a new guy to play Freddy?
Yeah, the new guy that played Freddy was terrible. He was like trying to be scary. I was like, bruh, the original Freddy was actually funny. I mean, this guy has no comedic timing. So a lot of these remakes they're just bad. It's just terrible. It's a money grab. That's kind of what it is. Just straight money grab. I feel bad for the people, man, that you have to like watch. Like if you didn't grow up in the late 80s and the 90s and stuff like that, and salute to people that grew up in the 70s that watched like black exploitation film like
they saw stuff like Shaft when it first came out.
I just thought about Superfly.
They did remake Superfly.
Now I will give you that one. That one wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to be terrible. It was okay.
Compared, I saw the original first.
The original, you can never touch the original.
Because I had to see the original first. I couldn't see the remake first. So I saw the original. I saw the remake, and it just wasn't. It just didn't hold up. Michael K. Williams is my guy. R.I.P. to that man. But he playing the scatter man. I don't know about that.
I ain't giving you shit. That's my favorite part when the Muslim came in. You owe us some money, man. He said, now we through talking. Oh, man. Priest, man, was the
Priest was legit. Ron O'Neal, man.
You don't give me my money tonight. I said, oh, man.
Young girl yells out on
hold road. Priest, so what? Said, you can't remake stuff like that. So when I saw the newer one, I was like, they're not trying to remake it. They're just named it.
They were just trying to update it.
But they were just trying to update it. So I gave them credit. They weren't trying to be like, oh, a lot of these movies,
and it wasn't exactly
they're trying to
the same
recreate
as the
moments.
Old story. It was similar.
Yeah, they're trying to recreate moments from the old one. You cannot do that because some of that stuff back in the day was not even written. That was just people doing stuff on time. Like I just saw something the other day where they said like Denzel Washington did the speech in training day. That was him off the top of his head. That wasn't written in the script. That's crazy. Like so nowadays, I don't know what's going on nowadays where they can't even just write a script and then people can put their own stuff into it. Like I don't know what they're doing right now.
I think they're kind of getting rid of stuff like that because I would hear like, or I'd see like people like Vince Vaughn or like people like what's my man name? Seth Rogen say that they was in movies with like Judd Apatow, and he would have them do certain parts where they would just riff and they would do what they felt fit that moment off the top of their head. So maybe that type of freedom is just not being allowed and afforded to the actors that's really on the screen right now.
Yeah,
because those guys aren't really in it like they were back then. Like Vince Vaughn ain't grinding through the mud like he was when he did like what's the joint?
Old School?
Old School, exactly. Will Ferrell is not on no stuff like he was when he did A Night at the Roxbury.
Remember in Old School when he said they was at IHOP and they said, yo, we got to go back to school. We got to do this. Well, it was fun, guy. He just got up and he said, no, everybody got to perform. He said, like, he tried to leave. They like, no,
like,
nigga, Beanie, you got to perform too.
He's like, listen,
thanks for breakfast. He got up and tried to pay the bill and leave. He's like, no, nigga.
I built Speaker City out of my basement.
Like stuff like that. They don't make stuff like that no more, man. They don't, man. Like these movies are just, they're not. I can't even think of the last good movie I've seen. Like a lot of movies I've seen the last couple of years, I'm falling asleep. And they're in the theater, I'm going to sleep because they got these comfortable chairs right now. You know
the chairs right now is they try to make it like home with the recliners.
Yeah, man. Like I don't know. Like maybe the last good movie I saw was the first Equalizer. Like that was like a great movie. Man. My man walked into that room.
You taking it back? The first Equalizer.
The first Equalizer with Denzel Washington walked to that room and said, "You gave me this card about this girl." And then my man walked to the door and said, "Oh man, get out of here, Punta." And he locked the door and he said, "I said, oh, when he locked that door, niggas was getting that smoke."
No, first he started opening the joint and closing it.
Oh yeah, closing it.
Then he locked it.
They all laughing at him.
And he turned around.
That's a
and it
good
got real
script
quiet.
right there. That's what you got to do. Like I feel like even though movies like that, like I just watched The Beekeeper the other day with Jason Statham. I felt like it was a good movie, but I just thought his interaction with the people, the script wasn't good. Like if the action was good, the storyline was actually pretty good, but the script, him talking to people, going back and forth, I think Jason Statham just has tops because he can make you laugh. He made you laugh in Transporter. The movies kind of all his movies are the same, but there was just no there's no rifting, there's no going back and forth with people. There's nothing. Oh, he did tie the boy to the truck, and then he put the truck in drive and drove it off the bridge. That was actually kind of dope. You know what I mean? But that was a good movie though. I'm this far between a good. I just thought that I just saw it a couple weeks ago. So there are good movies, but you have to find them. Like when you see a Jason Statham movie, you're like, oh, I'm getting the same stuff. You know what I mean? Just whipping ass. You know what I mean? Not saying a whole lot.
Putting hands on people.
Yeah, putting hands on people, and at the end he lives.
He's some type of like undercover guy, or like the mechanic where he's like some type of fixer.
He's an ex-black op or something like that. He's a beekeeper.
It's always kind of the same kind of.
They came to kill him, but you know he had the trap set and everything like that. So his movies are kind of the same.
Even his character in the Fast and Furious movies is the same kind of guy.
Yeah, so I feel like it's just like when you get somebody in that movie, in a movie, and they have like a rep, like you get The Rock, you know what you're gonna get with The Rock. You know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
And then, I mean, it might also have something to do with, like we were saying earlier, that they're just running out of people that are nice like that. Because I mean, Denzel ain't young no more.
No, Denzel be 70 years old this year. Like
a lot of the guys that we grew up on, as far as like actors that was really holding it down and making those classic moves and stuff, they not in the same space no more. They're not the same age no more.
Yeah,
they
Bruce Willis is damn near comatose. Yeah. I mean, Liam Nelson's in his 70s. Like, come on, man. Like, we gotta.
Liam Neeson been playing that same role for like the past 10, 15 years.
Well, I did like Michael B. Jordan, that movie. It was a Netflix movie, not Netflix. It was a Prime movie. Without.
Oh, you talking about the joint where he was in the military?
Yeah, that joint was dope.
I just didn't see that.
It was cool, you know what I mean? But like I'm saying, you got to build off something like that. You know what I mean? I thought it was good, you know what I mean? But I don't know what they're doing right now. I don't know if the hand-to-hand combat movies are in right now.
You know
I don't know.
I saw that was good. Just Mercy with Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
I saw that a couple years back. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But that came out a while ago.
That came like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, like there's far in between a really like a good movie you can like sink it like and rewatch them again. Like, oh, I watched this, I'm gonna watch it. Like when I saw Equalizer, I went and watched it again. You know what I mean? The first one. You know what I mean? The other two were just okay, but that first one, I was like, oh no, I got to see this again. You know what I mean? That was a dope movie.
And that's a fact. Like it's movies that I've seen from the '90s that came out in the '90s or the '80s or the '70s even. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, I would rewatch that like. over and over again
man.
forever. But there's movies that came out recently that's just like you see it once and it's not really that memorable.
Yeah, like
it don't stick with you.
we don't get too many of the buddy movies no more. We don't get like Chris Farley and the David Spades and Kid and Play. I talked about that episode with Class Act.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't even Midnight Run with Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin. Like you don't get movies like that no more. Like I don't see those movies anymore. Like I don't.
Even
I
as
remember
far
Melissa
as, like, the
McCarthy had a
comedies.
couple, but yeah, like I don't see any of those comedies where you're on a road trip and you don't.
Right now, you just get that Kevin Hart comedy.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, Kevin Hart's my guy. I don't want to get.
We're not gonna talk crazy about.
I mean,
Kevin Hart.
I
Kevin Hart's,
can.
he's doing his thing.
He's doing a lot of one-offs too. That joint he did with Marky Mark last year, that was terrible. What was it called? Time's Up or something like that. That was trash. You know what I mean? Then he did one with Woody Harrelson. That wasn't good either. The Man from
Oh
Toronto.
yeah, I saw that one. I saw that.
These movies are not good, man. These movies are just bad, man. Like the scripts are terrible, man. They're just not good, man. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, but
I'm a tough grader, man.
We'll move away from Kev.
Yeah, man.
But
there's not too many.
it's a lot going on, and it's not even just movies; it's TV too.
Oh, I don't want to get into TV. That's gonna give me a freaking headache. Please. I don't want to do that. Don't get. I don't, as y'all can see, I'm trying not to curse. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get me irritated, and I'm gonna be up there cursing.
We're not gonna go down that road. Then as far as TV,
TV is
when it
a whole
comes to
different thing.
remakes and things like that. But what we are gonna do, there's so many TV, so many shows on TV. From regular network shows on CBS, ABC, NBC, the cable shows on networks like AMC and USA. You got your premium shows, your HBOs, and your Showtimes, and you got streaming shows, and you got all this TV. You get attached to certain shows, you get attached to certain characters, and somebody catch that smoke. And sometimes it's a little harder for you to process that, and some people get a little too caught up on that, or just get caught up on that in general. I mean, we do kinda, but well, for this week's top 5, we're focusing on character losses that hurt the most, as we list our top 5 character deaths from TV shows. Like I said, it's no movies involved; it's just TV shows. So that's the route we're going with this. And it was kind of difficult to keep it to 5, so I'm pretty sure we're going to end up having honorable mentions at the end. I know I do. I can't speak for Taylor, but, we'll see when he gets to his. But as usual, I'll start it off. And at number 5 on my list, I got to go with a guy who was from a HBO premium show. It was a classic back in, I guess, the mid-2000s. It came out, and it had its run. They went for like 6 or 7 seasons, but the show is The Sopranos. And as we know, a lot of people caught that smoke in that movie, in that show. But towards the end, I thought he was going to make it to the end. And he ended up catching a couple bullets. But that's my man, Silvio Dante.
Now, did he actually die?
Yeah, Sil got smoked. Sil caught a couple to the chest when he was trying to hop in the car and pull off.
That episode he was in the hospital, and I think we assumed that he was dead. You know what I mean? But he was in bad shape because he did catch a couple to the back and
to the chest.
To the chest
because he tried to hop in the car.
Hop in the car. He tried to grab the pistol, right? Yeah.
And they came up and rode on him. That was it.
Yeah, I will give you that. I think he was up out of here. You know what I mean? They remember they never ended the show because I think the last thing you saw him, he was in the thing with the thing on his mouth, right? I thought,
You might be right.
Yeah, I think. I don't know if he officially died, but he took so many shots that nigga, you should be dead.
He didn't. It was just left up. Cause I know Bobby got smoked.
Yeah, Bobby got that work in the train station.
In the train store, the train shop. But
yeah, we never saw Silvio
Sil got
die.
hit either before or after Bobby, but they was going after everybody. So
Sil was after, yeah.
Same deployment, but
Oh, and Patsy was running through the field because it was Silvio and Patsy, and they was shooting. Patsy shot back. He was supposed to get in the car with Silvio, and then Patsy was running through the field.
Yeah, because Sil tried to pull off.
Yeah, Sil tried to pull off. Yeah, I don't know.
Patsy knew what it was, so he kept it moving.
I'll give you that right now.
But they wasn't coming for Patsy neither.
No, it wasn't coming for Patsy. He was kind of like a little guy.
He was just like a lieutenant or
Patsy
whatever.
was the truth. I like Patsy.
Patsy made it from the beginning. It wasn't a lot of people that made it from the beginning in Sopranos, man.
I'm thinking about Patsy when they found out that the one guy, when they found out that what's his name was gay and the things he said.
Oh,
man, that whole conversation would not be on TV right now because they was going in.
They was going in on that.
They was going in on what's his name again? Vito.
Vito, yeah. Vito Spatafora.
That's one of the best. They got a lot of the good. That's probably one of the better scenes, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, at number 4 on my list, I'm gonna bring it to a more recent TV show. The last season was either just last year or 2 years ago, but it was an FX show and it really caught on. And that's Snowfall. And as we know, a lot of people got smoked out in Snowfall. I mean, from his homie Kev,
he got
from
that
early on.
in the season 2. Like that.
Fatback caught that work,
Yeah, Fatback.
and that had its repercussions.
Black Dallas, she got that smoke.
Oh no. Dallas and Diamond.
Yeah, Dallas and Diamond, yeah.
It was a couple of joints that Franklin was messing with. And
Oh,
ended up
Franklin's
getting rocked.
homie, the white boy.
Yeah, he smoked him, didn't he?
Yeah, Franklin smoked him, and he put him
'cause he was
on.
getting high. Exactly.
He put him on.
The first time Franklin was around that stuff was with that white boy on a trip out of town.
Yep.
I was thinking about that the other day. What's my man name? Avi. He got rocked.
Oh, Avi got. Everybody got rocked in that show.
His pop. I mean, it wasn't shown, but
They
it
didn't
was,
show
it was
him. I
understood
don't
that he
know. I
got
don't-
rocked.
well, no, the white boy
the
admitted-
wife. The wife said that.
Because the white boy admitted.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because she came back and he wasn't there.
Yeah,
So she
but
didn't
the
know
white
he
boy
was there. But
the white boy was
yeah.
talking about it to Franklin. I think he said I had to get him up out of it. Even though they never showed it, but that's what he said. But then I thought he said that he was still alive. I don't know. I gotta watch it. I gotta rewatch it.
And then he caught that work.
Oh, he got Fred. You knew Teddy was gonna get that smoke. You knew he was gonna get that smoke.
But the one that hit me the hardest, the one that hurt the most, and it's hard to say because at this point in time in the show, he had made it just about to the end, but he was kind of ready because he was just tired of everything that was going on, the back and forth between the two camps, and being strong for his female and everything like that. But my man Jammin' Jerome, man,
Uncle Jerome.
when he made his swan song and Kane hit him up in the chest a couple times, man. That hurt. That hurt. I knew what it was and I knew how it was supposed to go, but that still hurt, man. He played that role well too.
Jammin'
So
Jerome.
salute to the homie. I forget his actual name, but
Amin Johnson.
exactly.
Amin
Joseph.
Yeah.
Amin
He's a
Joseph.
good actor. Yeah.
But yeah, he is a good actor, and salute to his character in Snowfall, Jammin' Jerome. Number 3, I'm gonna take it back a little bit. This is a show that was definitely a cult classic. It spun off and turned into other shows. It ended up being the staple show, or should be the staple show for a network. But I remember when I first started watching this show, the first couple of episodes, you can catch it on YouTube, if you could believe that. Actual shows from a premium channel, you can catch them on YouTube. But the show I'm talking about is Power. And as we know,
Oh yeah, that's right. Like season
Again.
1 or 2, they would come on YouTube first. You're right. Yeah.
they used to pirate that joint and put it on YouTube, and there wasn't no repercussions because it was a new show and nobody was really knowing what it was going to turn into or how it was going to become popular.
And YouTube got
And as we
regulated.
know, it became it spread like wildfire. Everybody loved it,
10
and
years later.
it stopped being on YouTube. But like I was saying, a lot of people got smoked out in Power. A lot of people caught that word. I'm not even gonna start naming names, but the guy that I want to focus on, he got that work early, and it ended up having repercussions and ramifications. But that's the little homie Roller.
Oh yeah, Roller in the first season. Yeah.
He was one of the primeras. He was the leader of his crew, and he was like Ghost, like right hand man, more or less. And he got gamed by Kanan telling him that Roller was the one that was setting up operations against them and getting his people hit and hitting up his supplies and stuff like that. So Ghost went and visited my man in the middle of the night in the middle of the snowstorm. And
I'm your friend. Ghost caught the train too. With the silencer.
wasn't leaving no evidence.
When Ghost put the black on, you knew what time it was.
When he
'cause
came with the black
he put the
gloves.
suits on and everything is cool. But when they put the black gloves, when he was on that mission, he knew somebody's about to get that smoke. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man. Roller, I felt like he was a good character. You know what I'm saying? He was a guy who was actually in The Wire.
yeah.
In the latter seasons, but he didn't really get that much shine. And he was younger back then, but to see how he was performing in Power in the first couple of episodes and the few scenes that he got, I thought he was playing that role really well. So to see him go out like that, that kind of hurt me a little bit.
Drop the tear when Ghost Shot Roller. That's a West Side Gun bar.
You could definitely count on Taylor for some West Side Gun bars.
That's funny.
I didn't even notice this until now, but my top two guys both kind of went out the same way, but they didn't get shot.
Okay.
At number two, I'm gonna take it to a show that turned into a really big thing, and like I said, it also spun off into other shows. It was a flagship show for its network, which was AMC, and that's The Walking Dead. And a lot of people went out in The Walking Dead, whether it was from getting bit by walkers and turning, or it was getting hit up in some type of war they had going on with somebody else, or whatever the case may be. But this particular guy, they got sat down in a line, and they had been conquered by the saviors.
Oh yeah.
And you didn't find out, I think, until the next season who actually caught that work, because they didn't show it. But it was my man Glenn.
Oh yeah. Glenn got that smoke.
The little homie, the little homie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they ended the season when they had the bags over their head, and everybody knew that somebody's getting killed. And then I remember that episode. I remember
They just showed
Dave Chappelle did the spoof on Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
they just showed the perspective of the person that got hit in the face with that spiked bat.
Yeah.
And they showed the blood running down their face, running down the camera, whatever like that, and then it just faded to black. But you didn't find out that it was Glenn,
yeah.
and I forget the other homie name with the red hair. Yeah,
Abraham got that smoke.
he caught it too. But
It was just two people, right?
Yeah.
Beat their brains
but
out.
that Glenn situation hurt me the most, man, because
Glenn was technically in the first episode.
he was from the
walkie-talkie.
beginning, yeah. And you just saw the growth and again the progression of his character. Just from the beginning, he was kind of like the scared, timid boy that was just trying to get down with the team and be a part of the crew. And towards the end, before he got up out of there, he was like a vital part of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? He had set up kind of a rough situation where they were staying on that farm with what became his chick's pop. But he was kind of what was part of holding that situation together. But Glenn had grown to become like a really important part of the group.
Yeah.
So by that time when he caught that smoke with that spike bat,
Negan.
and Negan was
Negan walked through that leather coat. You knew what time it was.
with that red bandana.
Yeah, so it's about to be greasy.
And I don't watch the show no more. I fell off kind of after Carl died.
Yeah.
And then what's my man named Rick? He died, but he really just
Didn't
disappeared and got taken off somewhere else.
The show was
But
starting.
after that, I felt like it went left, so I stopped watching. But shout out to the boy, the character Glenn
Stephen Yeun
from the show.
He's
Exactly.
acting right now. He's been in a couple movies and stuff like that.
No
He was in
doubt.
that really good Netflix series last year called Beef. It was really good with him.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I seen
he's done a lot
still doing
since
stuff,
the Be Over. I think he was actually in a movie. I think he got nominated for an Oscar like a couple years ago too. In a movie.
wow.
Yeah, so he's done it. I like how people leave shows
Yeah.
and end up doing
And they're
more.
able to get in the mood doing more.
That was like one of his
the
first
boy that
joints.
played what was his name in the show?
You talking about Shane?
Exactly, the boy
Yeah.
that played Shane.
John
He got all
Buchanel
kind of work.
or something like that. I know talking about. Yeah, he been that man working like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna close it out with my number one real quick. It was another FX show. It was from back in the day. They had a nice little run as far as seasons go, and a lot of people got smoked out in this show too. But it's Opie from Sons of Anarchy. And by the time Ope went, much like Jerome, he was just ready to go because he was tired. I mean, from the time in the first season when his wife Donna got shot in the back of the head with that Uzi, Ope just wasn't the same. And he had his two kids that was dependent on him, but Ope just couldn't really get his head on straight all the way. He was trying to kill Clay, and things just really went left. But if you know about that show, you know how heartbreaking it was when Ope got beat to death
By that pipe.
by that pipe when they was locked up.
In front of a live audience.
Exactly, and how much it hurt Jax and the war path he went on after that.
After that, yeah.
But definitely that one hit me hard when Opie had to because the way they broke it down to him, they was like, "We'll let y'all be cool. We'll let y'all live in here, but somebody got to go.
Yeah, one of y'all coming.
somebody
Y'all
got to
coming in
pay for
here,
what happened.
and one person not gonna leave.
Exactly.
Trig did that nut shit. You know what I mean? So it was a chain reaction.
Trey was wild.
Yeah, he was wilding. Yeah. he volunteered to go, but Opie like nah, and then they grabbed him up and threw him in the room. So
Yeah.
I remember the whole scene.
Beat him to death with that pipe, like Taylor said.
That was it.
But yeah, that was a rough one.
Cold blooded.
That hit me hard. And pause. But yeah, that's gonna do it for my top 5 TV character deaths. So I'm gonna let Taylor get the list off his.
Well, yeah, we'll start off with my number 5, but my number 5 is it's from Power, but it's not who y'all think it is. It's actually when Little Raina got killed. My God,
That's true.
that was awful.
And the poor Ray, when he shot it, you could tell on his face he didn't care at all.
He didn't care at all.
He was just on some ruthless stuff. Like,
Yeah,
you know my
man.
name?
I was
You're
like-
not supposed to know my name. Pow, pow, pow.
Wow, just shot. I was like, where we going on this show? You know what I mean? Like, that was crazy, man. They shot the little girl. Don't get me wrong. Other people that got died on that show, the key, Lala's character, the lawyer, that's cool. You know what I mean?
She caught that.
And who did you say? You said you didn't say anybody from Power, did you?
Yeah, I said Roller.
Yeah, Roller. Yeah, I think that was cool. But the little girl, like, my God, she was innocent. It was her brother that was doing the most.
She was connected.
Yeah, but she was connected to her
whenever
brother.
You connected.
You know what I mean?
And that situation is there. That the innocent people always catch.
Yeah, man. So that was like, damn, man. Like, that was crazy. I mean, so when Lil Raina got shot in Power, that was, I remember when that happened, that was like a shock on the internet. Like, oh my God, y'all killed the little girl and stuff like that. So I remember when that happened, that one sent like shockwaves to the people who actually watched the show. So that's my number.
That's a good one.
That's my number 5. My number 4, I'm gonna take it to the wire, but it's not who y'all think. It's not Stringer. And it's not Omar Little.
Nobody care about when Stringer got popped.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, when Prop Joe went.
Oh, he almost made my list. That almost made my list.
When Prop Joe went.
Because it was so unexpected.
It was
at the
so
time.
unexpected. I was like, wait a minute, what are we
But if
doing?
you was paying attention, like if you rewatch, you could see
Yeah.
how Marlo was like putting it together.
Like he was just
like
getting
in a
all
position
the,
to move him out the way.
move him out the way by getting all the experience. Oh, you gonna take me to meet the Greeks? All right, cool. You
And,
know what I mean?
and Avon actually said it when he went to go visit Sergey when he was
Yeah.
locked up, and Avon came out instead, and he's like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to push Top Jaw out the way so you can get to the connect yourself.
Yeah, and once he got Method Man involved, that was the final domino. 'Cause
Jeez.
that was his
That was the one that was
his
close
cousin
to him.
or
You know,
uncle,
his
whoever it was.
yeah.
Once that happened, and he got that revenge on that boy in that little garage where they said that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and he got to the plug. He didn't last that long getting to the plug, but he got to him. So
He got to it, and he had to get Prop Jaw out the way.
breathe deep, Joe.
And-
that was dirty. I mean, Chris come from the back. I said,
And Prop Joe was like, yo, I'll
leave.
get out of town.
I'll leave.
You won't hear from me again.
And mind you, Prop Joe never really got his hand there. He was always like off
Yeah,
to the
he
back.
was always
He was
kind of
always in the scene.
maneuvering things,
he was
making
in every
things happen.
season, you know what I mean?
But
But
he was never really in the line of fire like that because he was like a quote unquote boss.
Yeah, that one was like when Stringer got killed. All right, cool. Omar, okay. Even when Snoop got killed, all right, cool. Even when Bodie got killed, when they got Prop Joe, I was like, "Oh, yeah, this is
because Bodie was ready.
Yeah, this is spectacular writing right here. Like I didn't see this coming. I mean, I saw it coming, but I didn't think it was gonna be coming this episode. Like it came kind of fast. You know what I mean? So
Think
it's
it like this, they was working to get Marlo into the co-op, right?
yeah,
And finally get him in
in the co-op.
and he gets Prop Joe out of
It
here.
gets Prop Joe up out of here. Like y'all was trying to get him up, and he's in, and now he took y'all boy out. And when they came to that meeting, the next episode, they was just like tight. You know what I mean? And the only person who happened was Method Man. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was crazy when they got Prop Joe up out of here. This is number 3. Well, you just said my number 3. Sons of Anarchy, Opie. That was
Oh, no.
that was pretty.
That was kind
That
of
was
dirty,
crazy because
man.
I didn't know it was coming. And remember, usually deaths come at the end. That one came like in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the actor was Ryan Hurst. You know, he played Bertier and Remember the Titans. You know what I mean? But yeah, he got that pipe to the back of the head, and that was it. And then when Jax turned his back, all you saw was some black man. I said, oh no, my man getting that smoke, caving his head in.
FX was graphic with it. They showed the blood.
Yeah,
They
showed
showed my
the blood
man
and
getting smacked
everything.
and
Yeah,
all
I mean,
that
FX
up against the
get in.
glass.
Yeah, so I mean, when he got that, that sent shockwaves through the people who watch Sons of Anarchy. You know what I mean? So That was a killer one. He was like pretty much a main character of the show. You know what I mean? So, and he was probably out of all the actors on the show, he was probably one of the most well known out of the actors. You know? So we knew him from other movies and stuff like that. So he got that smoke.
Although
that was crazy.
In that show, it was really only like 2 people from the gang that survived to the end.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was just the Trig and the other bull. Chips. Yeah, everyone else Bobby got that smoke.
Bobby Bobby went outside. They had Bobby in the back.
Even August Marks got that work. Like everybody that was going against each other. Yeah, everybody got the mom got that smoke. The wife. Even the cop.
Oh, Tara.
The cop.
Tara went out crazy. You talking about the old man cop?
Old man cop, the black cop. Everybody got smoked. Yeah, everybody got smoked.
What's my man name?
Juice got smoked too, right? In jail, he was getting raped or something like that.
No, I think Juice lived.
No, I thought Juice died. No.
Did Juice die?
I can't remember. I think
Juice died. I haven't watched it in so long, but I think somehow Juice lived because Juice kept finding himself in these bad positions.
Well, I know he was in jail at the end. He was in the cell with Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson was taking his cheeks.
Oh, no.
And I think he killed himself. I don't think he made it.
You might be right.
Yeah, I remember Marilyn Manson was in that booty. I'm looking for man's butt. That's a whole nother thing. Number 2.
Yeah, he was killed.
Yeah, he was killed. I thought he was killed. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was killed. Yeah, he was killed. Me and Marilyn Manson was in the cell with him, just taking his cheeks, and
he couldn't take it.
Yeah, number 2. Number 2 could have been number 1 because I was a young kid when this happened. And I'm gonna take it all the way back. This show didn't last that long, but this death was really, really crazy. If the internet was on back in those days, this death would have been on fire. Yes, Detective Eddie Torres in New York Undercover. My man got in the car and it blew up, and that was it. And I was like, wait a minute, what? Come on, man. That death was crazy, man. Like, yo, that was like a crazy, crazy, crazy death. No one saw it coming. He was like, it's him and J.C. Williams. They partners and stuff like that. New York Undercover. We doing all this. We doing that. And they just signed they just solved the big crime. The girl got away, though. I forget her name, but she walked into the car and the car blew up, and that was it. And that was the end of the season. Like, you didn't know you didn't know what happened. And when the next season came back, that's when Tommy from Martin was in it, and the show just kind of went down the toilet after that.
No,
you know, my man Eddie Torres from New York Undercover, that death was kind of crazy. You know? So that's my number 2. Okay. My number 1, I mean, I'm sorry, I had to take it back to the 70s, man. James from Good Times. I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that's the first death of all, but damn. It was so unexpected, man. I didn't grow up in the projects, you know what I mean? So I just felt that everything was just bad for the Evans, man. And then when Dame, that strong black man, you know what I mean? He was just holding down the family, working all them jobs, going to the car wash, and then he went to a job and that didn't come back, but we all found out it was like a contract dispute or something like that. But they just killed James off the show, man. And I never thought the show was the same after he passed away, because I liked when James was actually on the show, you know? Yeah. So when they brought in the football player, boy, I didn't really like that boy like that, you know what I mean? So and then when they brought in Penny, that was cool, you know what I mean? But when James died from Good Time, I thought those seasons when he was there, that would make the show good. So I had to take it to James from Good Time. That's number 1 death, man. I'm sorry, man. Ain't no one gonna. James Evans, the father, the matriarch, not the leader of the family, the patriarch of the family. Come on, man. That man was strong, man. That's the role. Them dams.
He used to discipline the kids too, keep everything straight, keep everything in line in his house. And anybody came in outside that was on some funny stuff,
he didn't play with Junior.
Checking them.
He didn't play with Bookman. He didn't play with nobody. Strong black father, man. We don't get no more of that no more. So James from Good Time. Salute to my man James Amos. That's my dude, man.
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. John Amos, man. That's my number 1. I'm sorry. That's the only one I can think of. That's number 1. You know
all right, cool.
I got more, but you know, that was number 1. Everything else was at the top.
I got a couple honorable mentions. The reason why he passed away in the show is because he actually passed away in real life. But it was a show called Riverdale, and he played Fred Andrews. And the real life actor passed away, but it was sad, you know, that he passed away in real life, and that, you know, that ultimately ended up in him not being able to return to the show.
Oh, so when the show ended, he was alive.
Oh, that's just.
When the season ended, he was already gone already, or
the show was going on.
Oh, while he passed,
and he passed because he had been sick for like a while.
Okay.
So they had to like write into the show how his character passed away.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
And they wrote it as like it was like somebody broke down on the side of the road or something like that, and he stopped to help him, and he got ran over or something like that. So
Okay.
that's how that went.
Okay.
I got to take it back to the wire one more time. When my man D'Angelo got juiced in the jail.
Oh yeah.
When the bull came in from the back in the library and choked him out
with
and
the
then
string,
and
yeah,
then
that was
and then
crazy.
set him up like he
hung
killed himself.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
I felt bad for that man because when the show started, he was in it. You know what I'm saying? He had just made a little mistake at the towers, and they had demoted him, sent him to the other area. But he was still like he was in the game.
He was giving them young ones. He was giving all them young cats some game. And it was funny how he said the one thing to the bull, and he took it back to season 3, season 4. I think it was either Bodie or Poot. Whatever he said to them in the I forget what they used to call it back in the day.
In the pit.
Pit. He had said it again to some younger kids later on. Kid later on. So he took the knowledge that he got from D'Angelo and gave it to someone else. Yeah,
But over the course of like the episodes before he passed, like my man, his whole like stance kind of switched up, and he wasn't with the family stuff no more, and he wasn't with the team no more, and that's why Stringer made the call to get him up out of here.
Had to get him up out of here. Yeah.
But the other honorable mention I got, the only other one I got is I went on a little binge watch last year on Miami Vice because the Bull Currency it came out with that album Vices. And all the tracks that are on that album are sampled from songs that are actually in the show. So I thought that was fire. So it sent me down that rabbit hole. I started watching the show, and I got kind of caught up in it. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying with my man Philip Michael Thomas playing Rico Tubbs and Don Johnson, of course, playing Crockett. But it was a main character, part of the police force, the Bull Zito.
Detective Zito.
Yeah. And he got smoked out. He was training a boxer, and this organization was trying to get the boxer to do some things that Zito was trying to steer him away from doing, and they shot him up with something, and he ain't make it. So that was kind of sad. But that's for all the old heads that watched that back in the day or whatever like that.
Lord have mercy.
Taylor, what'd you have for your honorable mentions?
I think I said on my honorable mention during the show. I said, I mentioned Omar, I mentioned Stringer, but that's like low hanging fruit. Everybody's gonna go to them and stuff like that. And I actually did have Carl when he passed away in Walking Dead.
Oh, Carl, that was pretty sad.
You had what's his name?
I had Glenn. Yeah.
You know what I mean, so I was a Walking Dead guy back in the day. I mean, so when Carl,
I was on it for a little while, pause, but I fell off. It just started doing too much.
Yeah, and then Mahershala Ali's character in Luke Cage. Now that show didn't last that long, but he was a villain in that one, and he got killed. You know?
Gotcha.
So, other than that, that was all that was it. Yeah. Like the ones in Sopranos, that didn't really hit me. Like I wanted all those dudes to die. Like and I liked that show when I was growing, but once they got to that last season and it was so not good, I was like, it's time for all these fools to go. I'm sorry, man. It's time for all these Italians.
It's time for everybody to get
get the hell up out of here. It's time for y'all to go. I'm sorry, but y'all causing all types of havoc. You know what I mean? Get up out of here, man. Please. I did not feel bad when what's his name got shot. What's his name? Junior. What's his name? Something Junior. What was his name? Jackie Junior. I didn't feel bad about that.
Well,
I didn't care about him.
He was in the way. He was in the way.
I didn't care about what's his name dying in jail for cancer. I didn't care when Chris died in the car accident.
You didn't care about Uncle June?
Yeah, Uncle June didn't die. Uncle June didn't die.
That's right, he didn't die.
Paulie didn't die. A lot of people.
Paulie made it to the
long
end.
as Paul didn't die, I was cool because he was the comic relief of the show. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have minded if Carmella would have caught one. You know what I mean? Caught a stray. You know what I mean? I did not like Carmella, man. She's just annoying. You know what I mean? So
got on your nerves.
once I got to the last year, I was kind of exhausted with the Sopranos because it made you wait in between. And then when the last 2 seasons came, the last season was just very, very bad. You know what I mean? But the previous 3 or 4 seasons was really good.
Yeah, I mean when it was on
when
fire,
he killed Big Pussy, that was a
fire.
big. That was a big. On the boat, that was crazy. I don't know how you didn't know. I'm not getting on that goddamn boat.
What about
we go to the Bada Bing? Why we get on the boat for? You know what I mean?
You probably didn't care about this, but when Steve Buscemi got
I didn't care about that because he did what he made his choice and he knew what was gonna happen to him. Yeah, he made his. Yeah, Pussy's accepted it. Yeah, Tony B did what he did, and I'm forgetting one more death on the show, and it's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, Ralph Soretto. Yeah, we knew he was.
Ralphie.
He's a pain in the ass, man. Beat the prostitute in the damn. I mean, the stripper in the damn park. Bro, what's wrong with you? You
that
causing all kind of heat, man. What's wrong with you, man?
That was ridiculous.
He was just doing the most, man. Yeah. So I didn't. The people that died in that show, didn't nothing affected me. I was like, all right, well that's cool.
It was all part of what was going on. So
yeah, but when Raina died in power, I felt kind of. I was like, come on, man. What are we doing? It's a little black girl. Come on, the twin. What are we doing? I mean, a little 15-year-old girl at a damn dance. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
The boy Ray.
Yeah, Ray. You know what I mean? So that was, other than that, though.
Whole psychopath.
Yeah, other than that. But I remember as a kid when Eddie Dominguez died, Eddie Torres, I said, oh! I was in my room. I said, wait a minute. It was out of nowhere. He just got in the car and blew up. And she's like, you're next. He's like, what you mean by you're next? Boom! I said, whoa! So these are the ones I was like, whoa! All the ones in Sopranos, I didn't go well with all. Not at all.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, well, that'll do it for our top 5. You got anybody you want to add? Definitely comment. Let us know, and we'll maybe we'll respond, maybe we won't, but we'll see it. So with that in mind, we're gonna close out this week's show with T's thoughts. So T, what you got to tell the people?
I don't really have any thoughts. I just got some questions, and maybe you can give me some answers back. I don't know. I mean, these are just questions I had on my mind for the past couple weeks, man. It's not won't take long, but
okay. I
was thinking the other day. I used to go to a lot of clothing stores back in the day, and I used to get a certain type of clothes, but I don't see it. So I'm going to ask you: do they still sell pants with the belts in them?
Pants, with the buckles?
Yeah, with the belt buckles in them. Do they still sell those?
That's a good question.
Because I have not seen them. I mean, these may be stupid questions to y'all, but these are important questions to me because you get yourself a free belt and a pair of pants. You can take them off and put them on other pair. I was just thinking about that. Do they sell pants with the belts in them?
Pants with the belts in them?
Yeah, with the belts already in them. You can take them out and, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I haven't seen pants with the belts in them in a while. I remember I used to see the shorts with the belts in them.
Well, shorts or pants, whatever they are.
With the little,
the loop belt.
The little loop joint with the 2 loops and you got to put it through. Yeah.
You've seen that?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it recently, but I haven't really been shopping that heavy recently, and a lot of stuff I get is online, so it's like I know what I want, and I don't see extra stuff, but I'll have to keep that.
These are just random. These are T's thoughts. These are my thoughts that I be thinking about during the day.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And number 2, I mean, what happened to briefcases, my brother? I mean, remember people with that briefcases back in the day? They click the things up, and remember Samsonite from freaking Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
People don't carry briefcases no more.
I guess
people
they don't really do that no
doing
more.
backpacks and knapsacks and stuff.
The businessmen are aging down, so they're doing different things.
What happened to briefcases, man? Do they still sell them? Are they obsolete?
We'll have to pose that question to y'all. Are people still out here with the briefcases?
Yeah, so these are the thoughts that go into my mind. I don't know. I got weird. I don't have no kids. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking about random stuff. And these are the 2 thoughts. I had a third one, but I don't really want to talk about that. We've kind of went a little bit long.
That's how you feel?
Yeah, but I'm just those 2 questions, man. I was like, what happened to the pants with the belts that used to come into it, whether it be shorts or pants?
And
what happened to briefcases, man? People used to have notebooks and papers, and then open it up, and then you close it. All right, I'll see y'all later. I'm going. No one carried briefcases.
People used to deliver the drug money in the briefcases, but now it's the duffel bags.
I don't see it no more. As I said, I have all these things just not.
They didn't do that in Power with the briefcase.
I mean, I just
it was all
know.
duffel bags.
What happened to these things, man? Do they just don't sell them anymore? I remember we used to go to a store and you would see briefcases. They just don't exist anymore?
I used to have. I remember when I was a little kid, my pop bought me a briefcase. And I used to have that joint so I could look like a personally professional. I mean, I had my little trading cards that I collected.
Taylor might be the one to bring the briefcase back. I mean, I might have to bring it back. You know what I mean? Because, no one carries them anymore, man. I got a book bag right here. Yeah, I mean, so, it's just what happened? I mean, what happened to the briefcase? That's the only thing I think about, weird stuff like that. What happened to these things, man? I don't know, man. I wonder. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I get it. Well, that's a look into the mind of T and T's thoughts.
Mind, not much in there, but that's what was in there. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I apologize.
Nah, you good. You good. Ain't no apologies necessary. That's what we're here for, to share what's on our mind.
That was on my mind.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate everybody for checking in with us and watching another episode. If you made it this far to the end, definitely subscribe. You could do that right below. And, stay tapped in with what we're doing. Sleepisforyou.net. That's the hub for everything sleep related. So you can get the audio episodes there or anywhere else you listen to your podcast. You can get to the YouTube page there if you're having trouble getting there. And you can look us up on YouTube at Sleep is for You, as well as Twitter and IG at Sleep is for You. That's S.L.E.E.P.I.S, the number 4 YOU. Sleepisforyou.printify.me for merch. You can get down with a bear shirt, or you can get down with I Need More Sleep tee. We got some sleep buckets on there, so we got a couple of nice items. So check it out, and if you want to support, we absolutely with it. Taylor, anything else you got to say to the people?
Peace out, y'all. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff, man. We see y'all soon, man. On the next one. Thank you.
All right, we'll be with y'all next time, man. Water.
Excellence. Yeah. We back. Yeah.
The GP will see you now.
Look, free to return to that emo rap. Ain't no kilo stash. Augustine's son had to reload that. Daddy gone, but his legacy strong. How do you figure? I too thought I'd be dead, all things considered, but I'm living, thriving and growing, fighting opponents that I'm with it. Striving to know who died for the lowest, don't you get it? The industry hope is trying to control us, I ain't with it. I got me a goal that's highly explosive with my wife and my baby. What I'm writing is weighty. Call me S.O. or Bebenberg, they knighted me lately. Stand where the light is, feeling lighted, delighted, and maybe I'm getting grown. Nothing wrong with Bible and Bailey's. I open up the text, got my mind closer off the edge. Goes the architect. I ain't gotta go to your connect. I gotta go direct. Him and I through the sun.